All right, class. So today, we did not, fifth period, you all did not have class on yesterday. So this blank should be empty for you. Okay, today is the 6th. So we are going to complete Wednesday's warm up. Super important. So we're going to complete it. Um, I am going to model for you again. What we did on Wednesday was literal equations. We need more practice with literal equations, and I think that you all did pretty good on literal equations on Tuesday. We had a few things we got to iron out, so we're going to do some guided and independent practice to iron some things out, okay? I'm going to work on literal equations tomorrow. We're going to do the warm-up tomorrow, close out the week so you'll know. Do the warm-up, finished out the warm-up, Thursday's warm-up with you, because we're doing Wednesday's warm-up today, and those warm-ups are important. I'm going to, again, make sure that I model the literal equations for you, okay? And I'm going to go into key features of a graph, which going over the key features of a graph is going to be something that you've probably already heard before, but we're going to do just a little bit more details. That was the goal, and I'm hoping to meet my goal tomorrow. We're going over key features of a graph so that we're not too far behind in the curriculum, okay? Key features of a graph. And that'll put us to the place where we can probably finish. We are going to finish this unit next week, okay? Yes, babe. You said zoom in? All right, I'm going to pause for the calls. I need you to take out your planner after you finish writing so we can write our homework in our planner. You need a packet? I'll give you another one. Oh, boy. All right, so you can do it. So let's write our homework down in our planner. We're doing Thursday's homework. What's wrong with you? Trying to find it? Which week is that? Oops. All right, here we go. You found it? All right. Unpause. Okay, so in our planner, yesterday, please check off if you completed the homework, that you watched the homework help video. It was the one problem that you asked me for. I put that in the video. And then I made a video on scientific notation. And at the last minute, somebody asked me about slope. So I put scientific notation and slope in that help video on yesterday, because I had 2 people that wanted me to go over slope, even though we hadn't done slope yet. But it was a question, so I answered it. Questions, comments, or concerns? Okay. And you did slope last year, but you called it rate of change, okay? Or you called it unit rates or rates. So you have done slope before. You just didn't say slope. You said you use unit rates or ratios, okay? So we're bridging that gap to where we are learning that when you have a unit rate for a word problem, it's like graphing the slope of a line. So we're going to be making those connections in the next unit. And so we'll understand that a little bit better when we move into unit 2. Okay? Any questions? All right, good deal. All right, Thursday, Math 1. I'm going to write down today's stuff. We're going to complete the homework. I need you to review your notes on literal equations. Review notes on literal equations. Okay. And let's see what we're doing here. All right, special cases. I'm going to do a homework help video, but your homework help video is not going to go out because I have practice today until 5. So you want to go ahead and get started, but just note that it's not going to be out until later. Cross country. I like it. I used to run cross country. All right. Any questions? Okay. All right. Anybody still writing? Make sure you write this down. I can write this stuff down. Where's your planner? Everything's out. All right, good folks. All right, let's go ahead and make sure we put that away. Let's look at the warm-up. Let's look at the warm-up. Okay. All right, so our warm-up. We're going back and we're doing Wednesday's warm-up. This it's just I did not see you all on yesterday. All right, let's remember that when you write an equation in function notation, please watch and then you can write a regular equation. Let me slide this up a little bit. I'm going to pause because everybody's not ready. Okay, so anytime you have an equation, I'm going to just write a basic equation. Y is equal to 2x plus 5. This is just a very basic, and we'll learn later that it's a linear equation. But this is just a basic equation, okay? And we want to write this basic equation in what you call function notation. Okay, so to write a basic equation in function notation, which we know is just a different way to write something, okay, you replace the y with f of x. So you're going to replace that y with f of x because f of x is the same as saying y, and y is the same as saying f of x, okay? So to write this equation in function notation, I would write it as such: f of x is equal to 2x plus 5. This equation is now written in function notation, okay? Any questions about what I said there? I'm going to do one more. Sit up, y'all. Sit up. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to write this equation in function notation. I'm going to do it out here to the side. I have y is equal to 7x minus 2. You write this in function notation. Y is equal to 7x, and this is a minus, y'all. Sorry about that. Minus 2. Write that regular equation in function notation, okay? All right. Okay, how would I write this in function notation? Anybody? How would I write it in function notation? Bless you. Tan, you got your hand up, baby? Go ahead. Very good, babe. Okay, and that's all you have to do. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Ashna, you got it? Did I say it right? Good. All right, so now remember, when they put a number in the place of where x is, if they put f of 7, okay, is equal to 7x minus 2, they are telling you that they want you to substitute 7 in the place of x, that x is equal to 7. Okay? That is what they're saying. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All right, so let's start working on these problems. Okay? This first one, they give you a function and they want you to find the value of f of 9. Okay? F of 9, what value did they give you? Is that 9x or is that 9y? Okay, very good. 9 is equal to x, or x is equal to 9. And essentially what they want you to do is figure out what y is equal to. That's what they want you to find. I'm going to put this over here so that I can have this big space over here to solve the problem. They want you to figure out what y is equal to. So in order to find y or f of x, because remember y and f of x is the same, you have to substitute the value of x. So that's what we're getting ready to do. And if it confuses you, if you know you lose a step when you turn away, then just don't turn away. Watch what I'm doing and then copy, okay? Watch what I'm doing and then copy. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to rewrite the problem. F of x is equal to 1/2 x squared minus, I was going to say plus, y'all, minus 3x. Okay, and that is, let me write it bigger on another piece of paper. So, because it looks like squunched up. Squunched. That's a new word. Squunched. So you can see it. All right. So here they're wanting you to find f of 9, where that means x is equal to 9. So we're going to substitute 9 in the place of x and use order of operations to solve. So we're going to do one line at a time. We're going to replace x with 9. So all we did was substitute. Please look at that. Make sure you understand that all Ms. Reyes did was substitute 9 in the place of x. Any questions? Okay, good. Now I'm going to use order of operations to solve this numerical expression now. This is now a numerical expression. Order of operations tells me to do all operations within the parentheses. I don't have any operations within the parentheses. The next step is to evaluate exponents. So I'm going to do 9 to the second power. What's 9 to the second power? Very good. I'm going to do one line at a time, one step at a time. So this is going to be 81 minus 3 times 9. Okay. My next step is to multiply or divide in order from left to right. I have multiplication here and multiplication here. What is 1/2 of 81? You have a calculator. What's half of, somebody say again? Very good. Bring down the equal sign. I say equal. Bring down the minus sign. What is -3 times 9? So it's minus 27. Okay? Any questions about that step? The last is just to subtract. So when we subtract, what is 40.5 minus 27? 13.5. So different ways that I can look at this problem. I know that x is equal to 9. Y is equal to what? 13.5. Okay. Another way to write this, I could say also f of 9. I just wrote it right here. I could say f of x is equal to 13.5. How would I write this as an ordered pair? How would I write it as an ordered pair? 9, comma 13.5. Good job, babe. Okay. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All right, I'm going to give you time to write. All right, here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this.
Where
you are, baby? All right, let's look at it. It says for function R. So we got a function R, okay? And it says, look, R of 25 is equal to this. Okay, so already let's break this down to what they're saying here about the equation R. So for the equation R, they're telling you the value of X and the value of Y, right? What is the value of X for this particular scenario here? What's X and what's Y? What do you think? 25 is X. And what's Y? 105. So when you substitute whatever the function is, when you substitute 25 into it, your answer is going to be 105. That's all this is saying. Okay? All right, let's look at this one. What is this saying? 105. When you plug in 105 for X, what's Y equal to? 425. He understands. Okay? Very good. Shh. All right, so now let's look at what the question is. The question is this: what is the value of Y? So what is Y equal to when X is equal to 105? Okay, which one of these? Go ahead, say, babe. No, nobody raised their hand. No, nobody raised their hand. What did you say? 425. 425. Y'all, the value of X is 105 here. What is Y? 425. All right. Let's look at number 3. Shh. It's not. These are not that complicated. You just really need to think. That's it. That's all it's asking. Yes. No, wait. No, wait. Oh, yes, please. Because I was like, please don't. All right. Let's look at this. Shh. What happened? Oh, okay. G of n is equal to 0.2n plus 1.75. Okay, so here we got this function, this equation. G of n is equal to 0.75. What value are they giving us? Are they giving us x or are they giving us y? They are telling you that y is equal to 0.75. So you're trying to find what? The x or n, okay? Or n. So let's do that. Okay, I'm going to write this out. Let's do that. We're going to plug in that 0.75 in the place of y. So we're going to plug this in the place of y or g of n. So it looks like this. 0.75 is equal to 0.2n plus 1.75. That's the equation that we're trying to solve. Any questions about how I got this equation right here? What's your question? Okay, do you see where g sub n is equal to 0.75? Do you see where g sub n is? Replace it with 0.75. All right, so now we got 0.75. It's equal to, that's okay, baby. It's equal to 0.2n plus 1.75. All right. So now that's okay. So now we're going to solve for n. What do we do to solve for n? Minus what? Very good. Okay. So now what are we going to get on this side of the equation? -1. What do we get on this side of the equation? 0.2 n, right? 2/10 n. Now what do we do to get n by itself? What are we going to divide both sides by? What is -1 divided by 0.2? Bring down the equal sign. What do you get on this side? N. Any questions? You okay, Savannah? All right, I'm going to pause, give us a chance to write. The last one here. Watch what Miss Reyes does. Work at one piece at a time. Here, this is saying that a sub x, which is the same as saying y, is equal to this equation right here. This one's saying this is a separate equation, and this is what this equation is here. They want to know, they want to say, find the value of, and look at this. Look at how long this looks. For some people, this looks very confusing. So we're going to break it down little by little. Please listen. The first part of this is the B sub 5, okay? It's B of 5. So here we're going to work with B first. Write this on a separate piece of paper so you can see it. I'm going to do that part of the problem first. B of 5. That means here x is equal to 5. Any questions about that part? So now I'm going to plug 5 in to the equation, okay? I'm going to use the B equation, this one right here. So we got B of x is equal to x squared. I'm substituting 5 into the equation. So I have B sub 5 is equal to 5 squared. Any questions about substituting? Thank you. Any questions about the substitution part? Thank you, y'all. Okay. So what is this going to be equal to? What's B of 5 equal to? 25. 5 times 5 is 25. So we're going to replace, watch this, we're going to replace B of 5, we're going to replace it with 25. So I'm going to go back to that. Look, we're going to replace this with 25. So we got A, and in parentheses, we got 25. So now we're going to do this. A of 25. To this one? Okay. All right, I'll pause it. We got a question, okay? The question is, why did we use, what again, baby? X to the second power? Okay. Because we're going to solve this part first, the B sub 5 first, or B of 5. And the equation for B is this equation right here. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's why we did that. That's a good question. Anybody else? Why we use this equation? Because this is the B equation. We're solving the inner part first. So now we've replaced B of 5 with what B of 5 is equal to, which is 25. So now we're going to use the A equation because this is A. Make sense? So let's write that in. We got A of 25. Oops, sorry. And we're going to write we know that A of 25 means that X for this particular problem is going to be what? 25. Oh, you're okay. Now I'm going to rewrite the equation that we're using. We're using the function A. So that's A sub X is equal to, what is that? 3X. Thank you, baby. Okay. So now in order to solve this, I'm going to substitute 25 in the place of X. So I got A parentheses 25 is equal to 3 times 25 plus what? 1. All right, so let's solve it. Let's continue to bring this down like we would continue to bring down Y, okay? All right, so order of operations tells us to do the parentheses first, no operations within the parentheses, exponents, we don't have exponents. Multiply or divide from left to right. What's 3 times 25? 75 plus 1. 76. Good, Abdul. So this is equal to 76. Okay. What does this mean? This means that X, let's write the ordered pair. What's X and what's Y? What comma what? 25 comma 76. Any questions? Put this in your folder. So we're going to continue. What page was we on? 20. So let's do some practice problems, page 21. So page 21, Q1. Literal equations, practice problems. All right, so you know better than me what it is that you really do not understand about literal equations. So as I'm going through the literal equations problems, if there is something that you are confused about as to why we did whatever it is that we're doing, then you need to stop me, okay? You need to stop and say, Ms. Reyes, that's the part I don't understand. And that way I can go through why we're doing that step, okay? But please don't wait and then say, I don't understand none of it, because that's not good. Please just stop me where you get lost. Are y'all ready? Is there anybody not ready? This is important. What you need? Come on, babe. Let me pause. Okay, good people. Come on, Parker, so you don't miss anything, babe. All right, we're gonna do as many as we can. I have 8 of them that I really want us to make sure that we do, and then I have some problems I want you to do on your own. So let's start with this first one, okay? I'm gonna model the first one, and you're gonna try the second one on your own, okay? Here we go. We got G is equal to, we have 6x. Here we're going to solve for x. Okay. 6 and x are attached by what operation? Multiplication. What's the inverse of multiplication? So in order to get x by itself, we have to divide both sides by what number? 6. So this is going to give us on this side what? What do you get over here? G over 6. Don't be afraid to be wrong, okay? G over 6 is equal to what over here? X. This is your answer. Another way to write that. What's another way to write this answer? X is equal to G over 6. Same thing, okay? You okay? What's wrong?
Great show.
Oh, I thought I was talking about this problem.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, at least you're honest.
Yeah. I need you to focus though, okay? Because I really feel like you could understand it. But sometimes I think we put up a mental block. I know. All right, so here we're going to solve for x again. I want you to get x by itself. You try this one on your own. I'm going to walk around and see who's got this right, okay? Solve for x. Get x by itself. This is how this goes. You've got to solve this equation. Guys, just pretend like they're numbers. If all of these were numbers except for x, then which one of these numbers would I get rid of first? The -2. How do I get rid of a -2? I just add 2 to both sides. It's an equation. All right, so on this side, I get u plus 2, because they're not like terms. Don't combine them. This is gone, and we're left with 2x. Now, how do we get rid of this 2? This is multiplication, so you divide both sides by 2. When you divide both sides by 2, leave it like it is. U plus 2 divided by 2 is equal to x. This is your answer. Or you can say x is equal to u plus 2 divided by 2. Guys, if you wanted to simplify this, you would have to divide 2 by both of these. You'd have to say u divided by 2 plus 2 divided by 2. You'd have to do this, or you can just keep it like this. Okay? If you did this, it'd be u divided by 2 plus 1. Okay? Any questions? But you can keep it like this. This is probably what you're going to see. Yeah, you have to divide the 2 by both of these. Some people didn't do that. If they tried to simplify, but they didn't divide the 2 by both of them. I don't know why. Just I'm telling you, keep the answer like this. Why are we doing this is what I'm saying. Stop.
Oh, I didn't do that.
It's not that it's wrong. It's just you don't have to do that. You just keep the answer like this. Okay? All right? Okay. If you did this, then it would be u divided by 2 plus 1. This, if you got this, it's also right. But keep it like this. Keep it. Okay? Stop making stuff so complicated. All right, let's do the next one. Number 3. Z is equal to m minus x. Solve for x again. Get x by itself. All right, so look, watch. Please watch, okay? All right, so to get x by itself, you got to get rid of the m first. This is a positive m, so you subtract m. So far what you have, z was already over there. Z minus m is equal to negative x. You got to get rid of the negative. What are you lost up? I don't know. You got to tell me. Where did I lose you? Subtracting m? Because m is positive. This m is positive. So the opposite of a positive m is what? So you subtract m to get rid of it. You're using the sign that's behind it. The sign that's behind it is in front of the x, not in front of the m. You have to look in front of the m. This sign that's in front of the m is a positive. So the only way to get rid of a positive m is to subtract m. Okay? Right.
Oh yeah, we were doing that yesterday.
All right. So now look, shh, guys. Shh. Any questions? Because I hear a lot of talking. Yes, baby.
I'm just confused.
On what?
It doesn't make sense. Like, I don't get it.
You don't get what? Explain. Tell me.
All of it.
The M. You got no.
Actually, no. From this step, where do you go?
Okay. That because I was like, we just explained the M. Do you understand that we're subtracting M on both sides because M is positive? M is positive. Okay. So once you subtract M, you can't combine these letters together. So Z is already there. It's Z minus M. Does that make sense? Bring down the equal. What's left over here? The negative X. So I brought it down. That's all I did so far. Make sense? Now, what number is in front of the It's negative 1. How do you get rid of a negative 1? Because we need it to be positive. You're going to divide. It's division because the operation between negative 1 and x is multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is what? Division. So you're going to divide both sides by negative 1. Okay? So I'm going to divide everything over here by a negative. When I divide everything over here by a negative, that's going to change the signs. What's positive z divided by negative 1? Negative z. What is negative m divided by a negative 1? That's positive m. When I divide this by a negative, that's just going to leave me with what? X. This is what x is equal to.
Okay, that actually makes way more sense. Have mercy. So, okay, so if there's, so whatever, when it says like 4x, right? or any letter.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
We add one in front of it.
We could put a 1 in front of it.
Okay.
Yes.
That's all.
Okay. All right. Let's look at this last one, please, and then I'm gonna use this last little second that we have. To get A by itself, you got to get rid of the C. How is C attached to A? Multiplication. So what are you gonna do? Divide by C. So this is gonna be G divided by C is equal to A.
Quick.
Perfect.
G divided by E or C.
It's C. Yeah. All right, y'all. Calculators back. Pick up cell phone.